Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we'll be taking Pythagoras theorem. This theorem has a little principle, so just go along with me so that you can understand the basics behind the theorem. As you can see on the screen, we have a triangle here, a right angle triangle. Irrespective of the direction the triangle is facing, you just need to understand this basic principle I'm going to explain now, so that any question that comes in this form will be able to solve it. So let's go. Now, if you have a triangle, looking at this, it has three sides. Now, in a right angle triangle, the longest side of that triangle is called the hypotenuse. The longest side, as you can see, is called the hypotenuse. And now, you can decide to label your right angle triangle with any alphabet in any direction you feel it suits you. Now, for the benefit of this class, I'm going to label my hypotenuse, which is the longest side of the triangle, letter A, and the other two sides, B and C. You can label it anyhow that suits you. Just ensure you know that the longest side of the triangle is hypotenuse. Now, the theorem, the Pythagoras theorem, this is how it works. The longest side, if you like, you can put it J, K, L. Label it anyhow that suits you. Just ensure that the longest side equals the first side plus the second side squaring all. Let me come again. The longest side square equals the first side square plus the second side squared. So that is the principle. Irrespective of how the triangle is facing, just ensure the longest side equals the first side and this plus the second side squaring all. So that is how the Pythagoras theorem work. The longest side is the hypotenuse, as you can see here. So this is how we come about this formula. Square of the longest side, irrespective of the letter you are putting, you can put any letter that suits you. Square of the longest side equal square of first side plus square of second side. So that is how it works. So let's solve some questions so that we can see how we can apply Pythagoras theorem. Looking at the questions we have now. Okay, question number one. This is a right angle triangle, irrespective of how it's facing. Don't forget, you can label it anyhow that suits you. So the longest side, which is the hypotenuse square, equals the square of the first side plus the square of the second side. Is as simple as that. So let's go ahead and solve. So let's take this formula as a template. Solution number one. Awesome. So with this, we can now say our longest side in this question now, for question number one, our longest side is unknown. Our longest side is unknown, is our hypotenuse, is unknown. Then the other two sides, we have 3 and 4. We are looking for our longest side. The other two sides, 3 and 4. So we don't know our longest side. The other two sides, they are 3 and 4. Awesome. So with this, we can now say, let's take this as template. So now, 3 square will give us 9. That's 3 times 3. You can always go back to watch one of our video on square roots and square. We've been able to iron out how to get our squared numbers. So 3 square, it means 3 times 3, that is 9. Same also here, 4 squared, that is 4 times 4, that's 16. Very good. So with this, we can now say, let's get this out as a template. Awesome. So what is left for us is 9 plus 16. If you add these two together, it's going to give us 25. 9 plus 16 will give us what? 25. Very good. Now, we are almost there to get our hypotenuse. Very good. So we have a squared equals 25. Now we are looking for a. How are we going to solve this out? All we need to do now is to square root both sides, because with square root we can cancel out this square. So let's get a template that we're going to make use of here. Very good. So let's get this template. We need a square root this time around. Awesome. We want to square root both sides. So we have a squared in here equal 25. Awesome. We need to get our a. For us to get our a, we need to remove this square. So to remove this square, we square root both sides, square root here and square root here, so that our square can cancel our square root. Awesome. So we'll be left with a. We'll be left with what? A. So that our a can equal root 25. Let's use a small letter. Our a can equal root 25. Awesome. So with this, we can now say our a, if we get the square root of 25, that is, which number are we going to multiply 2 times that will give us 25? That's 5. So our hypotenuse is 5. That is our final answer. So let's go straight to question number 2. This time around, we are giving the hypotenuse, the longest side. Okay, since we have units there, let's include our units. This is in centimeter. So our A is in what? 5 centimeter. Awesome. So straight to question number 2. Number 2 says we should look for this other side. We are giving the hypotenuse this time around, the longest side, hypotenuse, which is 13. We are giving one side to be 5. We have to look for the other side, hypotenuse 13. The other side is 5. So we have 13 and 5. Our hypotenuse is 13 this time around. So let's make use of what we have here. Solution number 2. Awesome. So this is our formula. Very good. Great. So this time around, we're giving the hypotenuse, don't forget, is the longest side. It will always be out, 13 squared. And we're giving one side to be what? The 5 squared. We have to look for the other side. We don't know it, so we can call it c squared. Very good. So with this, Let's get this template down here as well. Awesome. So 13 squared means 13 times 13. It gives us 169. 169. We come to this place. 5 squared will give us what? 25. Awesome. So we are looking for the second side, which is C. We don't know. So what do we need to do now? Let's get this template down here. Awesome. So all we need to do is to collect our like terms. 169 is at this other end, so we need to transfer 25 to cross the equality sign. And don't forget, once a number crosses equality sign or alphabet, whichever you're having, the sign will change. If you're having positive, as we have here, the sign will change to negative. If you are negative, the sign will change to what? Positive. So this 25 crossing over will now be what? Negative 25. That means this 25 has crossed over. So we now have C squared equals 169 minus 25. Awesome. So with this, whichever way you want to put it, you still have it. You still have your way. Very good. So 169 minus 25 will give you what? 144. 169 minus 25 will give you 124. So we are looking for C, like we did earlier on in our first question. We are looking for C. So all we need to do is to square root both sides. To square root both sides. Okay, let's just get this template down here. Okay, let's make use of what we have here. Square root both sides to get the value of our C. Awesome. So this time around, it is C we are looking for. To square root both sides, and here we have 144. Awesome. So with that, 144. Very good. So with this, we can now say our square can cancel out our square root. Very good. So we can now say our C will be what? Okay, let's get this down here as a template. Okay, very good. So with this, we can now say our C equals to square root of 144. Awesome. So we can now say, what is the square root of 144? That's 12. That's which number are we going to multiply 2 times that will give us 144? That's 12. So it has a unit. Let's check the unit. Is in meters. Awesome. So that's our question number 2. So let's go straight to question number 3. Number 3. Awesome. So let's check. Question number 3 says we should look okay. We are also given the hypotenuse this time around, but we are not given one other side. So we are giving one side. We are giving hypotenuse this time around to be 10 millimeter. 10 millimeter. So let's go straight to solving our question. Let's get this as a template. We're just making use of this as a template. Awesome. Let's do away with this. Great. So now this is for question number 3. Our hypotenuse square equals the square of the first side and the square of the second side. This time around, we are giving our hypotenuse to be 10. This time around, we are not giving a side, and we are giving this other side to be what? 6. 6 millimeter. Let's confirm again. Awesome, we are correct. So let's dive straight into it. Now, with this, let's get this out as a template. So 10 squared, that is 10 times 10. It will give us what? 100. Very good. You don't know our B, which is a side. Then 6 squared, it means 6 times 6, which is what? 36. Very good. So we apply the same principle. We collect like terms. We collect what? Like terms. Collecting like terms now, it means this 36 is going to cross this equality sign, and the sign will change to minus 36. So we are done with this. Awesome. So now you can place it anyhow it suits you. So we can now say our b squared equals 100 minus 36. 100 minus 36 will give you what? 64. Very good. So the same principle. We are going to, because we are looking for b, we are going to square root both sides. So let's make use of this template. To square root both sides. So this time around, we are looking for our b, and we have 64 in here. Awesome. So with this, we can now say to square root both sides, our square. We cancel out this square root so that we'll be left with b. So let's get this out here. So that we'll have our b to equals square root of 64. So with this, we can now say our b. Now, square root of 64. What number are we going to multiply 2 times that will give us 64? That is 8. So our unit is in what? Let's check. Millimeter. Awesome. Is in millimeter. So we've been able to get our third side. You can always pause, rewind this video for clarification and understanding. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, My Simple Maths, and always press the notification bell so that you can always get notification from us when we post a new video. Thank you.